Hey guys, welcome back. It's Mike. It's MMA Mondays. We're going to do a little recap, and that's what we do here is we take a look at last week's fights, and then we're going to take a look at next week's fights. That being said, it was a fight night. We typically started off with just the main fight from the UFC Fight Nights. That being said, I have it pulled up over here. It was Pereira versus Hernandez. Again, it was close to what I was thinking, guys. Earlier in the last week when I was talking with Jason, as well as when I did the solo podcast on last Monday, I thought Pereira was going to get this done. It was going to be his experience over the non experience of Hernandez. He had way more fights. Typically, I think me and Jason both agreed. I think we were saying both of us thought Pereira was going to get this done. We'll double check with Jason later in the week when we check in with him. Um, However, it started off good. Right off the bat, Pereira started taking control, started looking better. That whole first round, Hernandez survived that first round. I thought, here we go. It's going to be over in the second round. It's going to just be more of the first round. And Hernandez survived and then pretty much turned it around and definitely deserved his victory. However, that did serve me up a incorrect pick for last week. However, those weren't the only fights that we bet on last week. It was a special one because we had some ex UFC guys fighting in the PFL with the Battle of the Giants here. We had Cyborg versus Pacheco, and then we had Nagano versus Ferreira. When I was talking about this, I was saying Cyborg. If we could get her anywhere near featherweight 145, I thought she was still unbeatable, especially for the PFL. Learning more about Pacheco and that she was fighting at a heavier weight, and she's the one to give Kayla Harrison a loss. I was like, still could be competitive. However, it's the Cyborg. She was at one point the scariest woman on earth. So I thought, hey, let's just give it to her. I think she was going to get it. Now, when I was watching these fights, it was a battle. Um, Congratulations to Cyborg for winning that, and we did take the win in the bet on Draftkings. But it wasn't easy. I thought it was going to be a lot more one-sided, a lot more lopsided than that. Not the case. Pacheco was great. I could see them doing a rematch immediately. Again, I'm just not sure who they have in this women's featherweight or in these weight classes that are this good that can compete with either of these women. Um, I could be wrong. I mean, that's where Kayla's coming over from, and she's doing well. But I'm gonna probably keep a slight eye on this one, see who they pit up against either one of these women if it's not an immediate rematch. Um, I would love to see either one of these women go over to the UFC, even at featherweight. Let's open up the 145 women's category again. Pretty much close that down when Amanda retired. Maybe it's even something more incentive for Amanda to come back. I know she's looking at the winner of Kayla Pena, but maybe Cyborg rematch, maybe Pacheco at 145 is something that she's interested in. Maybe she wants to reclaim both belts again. I'm down with that. If Manda, this what gets Manda off the couch, or we say off the couch, but if this gets her back in the UFC with some big fights, I would love to see that happen. And again, we did take the win. I took the win with this one. I said Cyborg was going to get it done, and at the end, and knew she got it. Belt around her waist, looking good. And then the Pereira, Ferreira Nagano fight. Um, me and Jason were split on this one. If you guys were watching MMA Friday, I said Nagano, he's the ex UFC champ. He's got something to prove here. He lost his last boxing match with a KO, something he's not used to. And Jason said, no, Ferreira, he's been a little bit more active. Nagano stepped away from MMA, was just training just boxing. Probably doesn't have the prowess to just come straight into a title fight and get it. Ferreira probably had the edge. And I said, well, we'll see. Nagano is still the beast that he is. He's still, they say it's like getting hit by a Honda Civic going like 30 miles an hour when he punches. Now, when they went into this fight and they started with the stand up, we always say every fight starts standing up. Ferrer actually looked good. looked like he was piecing up Ngannou. Ngannou didn't like it and immediately level changed. Now, it looked like Francis has been working on his ground game. The level change looked great. The scoop and dump looked great. He kept the control. Ferrer did good about flattening him out, but when you get hit with a hand that's as big as a mailbox, I'm sorry that's what happens. You get laid out. He took a couple to the back of the ear and was done. I did see everybody say, "Hey, Ngannou cheated. He punched him in the back of the head." When you're in the heat of a fight, one or two slips, it's up to the ref to make that call, break it up. What does the ref see? The ref could have deducted a point or even called stop and stand it back up, gave Ferrer a chance before he got knocked out. The ref didn't see it the same way that some of these people are claiming that Nagano cheated. Now, again, I think it was quick and so quick in the moment. Yes, maybe one or two to the back of the head happened, but that's not what laid him out and made Ferrer go limp. He took a big mailbox punch right to the behind the ear, and then that's what did it. He went limp. They stopped it and knew. Even if it had gotten up from that point, I think a lot of energy from both guys was expended. I still think the power of Francis would have came through and got that. Um, they went both these fights went how overall how I thought they were going to go. Cyborg got the win, Francis got the win. Put a little bit extra money in the bank. Um, I did record one of these earlier and then realized that you guys could not see my new bets for the upcoming UFC card or my winnings because of the camera view. However, I'll just let you know we had an extra $7.49. We're going to go ahead and throw that, just roll that over into this UFC card. We're going $5 on each of the main fight card, and then I put 249 on the parlay. That being said, let's go ahead and take a look at this 308 card. It starts off with Magomedov versus Armian. Um, I'm pretty bummed that the Cyril Gain Volkov fight got called off. I wanted to see these two big boys bang. I wanted to see if Cyril Gahn was as good as the hype was. He's taken a couple high level losses, but uh, one of these guys was going to get a title fight pretty soon. Too bad that one got canceled. However, this middleweight fight here will be interesting. I'm not sure why we don't see Magomedov come over to the US and fight. I think it has something to do with maybe that eye he's got. I'm not sure if he's got full visual capabilities out of that eye. I don't know if it's just like Fetty Wap and dead or gone, pretty much gone, or if attached to the retina. I'm not sure what's going on there, but we just don't really see this guy in the US. He doesn't have too many fights in the UFC because of that. And then if in the Draftkings, you guys can't really see it right now, but they're really close. They are giving Magomedov the little bit of the edge. So I just went with the underdog. When they're like coin flip like that, I'll just go with the underdog on that one. So we did. I went with Armian. He gets $5 on him. Um, Now, this light heavyweight fight, this is one everybody's paying attention to. I almost wanted to go all underdog on this card for a minute, but then I sat back and looked at each of these fights and kind of changed it up a little bit. I want to be realistic here. Rakic is good. And Goliath is the guy that everybody thinks is going to challenge and take down Pereira and at least give him some kind of challenge on the ground, if not try to choke him out. Now, the way I could see this fight going is Angelayev saying, I want to impress everybody with my stand up game. I want to show them that I can do what Alex can do. He said that he was going to knock Alex Pereira out and not take him down. Just not what we're used to out of those Dagestanis. If that happens, I think Rakic does have a little bit better stand up. I think Rakic can get it done if they keep it all stand up. However, I think Ankalaev is going to be a little bit overwhelmed after about halfway through second round and try to level change this one. I think he climbs him like a ladder, chokes him out, just like most of those Dagestanis and Russians do. I mean, they technically, we always joke around. They grew up wrestling bears. I mean, these guys are tough, uh, and I think that's why he wanted to stand up and he's going to show us. Ankalaev is going to show us his stand up. At least try to show us his stand up. And I think if he is successful, I think he gets an immediate title match after this or whenever Alex is ready. But I think Rakic is actually gonna get some hits in there. We're gonna see if Ankalaev takes hits. How does he take hits? Because it's going to be different when Alex Pereira punches him. If Rakic is rocking him, we're going to probably say you're not going to be able to stand with Alex Pereira. And this will be a good test for him. Can you stand up with Rakic? If you can, then I maybe you are ready to stand up with Alex. But if not, we'll know your game plan pretty much right away when you if you do get past Rakic and make it over to the title fight. We'll kind of know a little bit more, and it'll kind of help me make my bet when that fight comes. I was being realistic here. Instead, Rakic was the underdog. They think Ankalaev is going to just get it. I think it's 3-1 odds there. I went with the underdog. No, I was gonna go with the underdog, but I changed that one to Ankalaev. I think he does get this done. I do think he challenges Alex Pereira. So $5 goes to Ankalaev. Sorry, Rakic. Maybe next time, bud. Now I see that they're giving Dan Ige a main card fight. He did just jump off the couch and fight Diego Lopez literally off the couch. He lived in town. They called him. He came in. He performed really well. There's a reason why they call him 50K Ige. He's a very interesting guy. He trains really hard. He's got heart. The new up and comer Murphy. Uh, can he get it done? I think Murphy does, yeah, 2.5 reach advantage. Oh, I thought he was a lot younger. They're actually coming in at the same age. I don't think the reach advantage is going to be that much. It's not something Dan Ige hasn't seen. He is a shorter guy. He still slugs it out with the best, even if they've got some reach on him. He knows how to cross the void. He knows how to get in there close. He does have quite a bit more fights. I went with the underdog. 50K Ige. He gets $5. I'm betting on Ige on that one, guys. Um, Now this one, I thought the DraftKings had this one interesting. I'm wondering if they change the odds closer to we get, or even after the presser on Thursday. Again, that's why I like to watch the presser, guys. I like to see if there are any mental games, any horrible weight cuts, see if anybody came in heavy, see if there was any backup fighters, any changes to the lineup here. Plus, when they do talk that trash, I do like to pay attention to that. It's entertaining. Now, that being said, we haven't seen Shemaya in a while. Supposedly, he married into a not so friendly family. I'm trying to carefully word that so YouTube doesn't get mad. But he married into a notorious family, not allowed into the U.S. And I'm feeling like him canceling fights and not being allowed in the US has really kept Shemaya off his. He liked to do that faster turn. He had the fastest turnaround there for a while. Now we haven't seen him for a while. I think we do see a little bit of ring rust out of him. He looked a little rusty against Usman. Usman looked a little rusty when they came up to middleweight. We haven't seen Shemaya against a real middleweight. That being said, I think a little ring rust going up against such a superior middleweight, maybe not even superior, such a seasoned ex champion middleweight in Robert Whitaker. They have Robert Whitaker as the underdog. They have Chimaya up on this one. I think it's 2.5 to 1 on the betting odds there. I went with the underdog Whitaker. He's been active lately and active against great people. I think that's going to be enough. I think being active, the experience, he has a pretty damn good gas tank. We don't really see that out of Chimaya. I think Robert Whitaker takes him into the championship rounds, gasses him down early, and then I think at around 4 stoppage, I think Robert Whitaker gets this done. I don't think this goes all 5 rounds on that one. I really do think Whitaker gets this done. If he doesn't get it done with a real early with a knockout, it's a I'm gonna say 4 minutes near the end of round 4. He takes him down, ref stoppage, TKO. Chimaya gets his first loss, really rethinks things over, maybe stays a little bit more active to get rid of some of that ring rust. Like to see how that goes, but $5 onto Whitaker there. I don't think Shemaya is going to get this one done. I think there's a little bit too much hype on him, especially at middleweight. He's going up, and yeah, Whitaker. I think he's too seasoned. That being said, there is one last fight of the night: Taporia versus Max Holloway. I was a huge Max Holloway fan. I did not like Volkanovski after their first fight, and then Volkanovski grew on me. But I'm still a blessed fan here. Max Holloway, he's been at it for a long time. One of the best stand up in that featherweight category, if not across multiple weight classes. He did go up to 155 to get the BMF belt from with that Justin Gaethje fight, the call out. He did get the slugfest in the middle of the ring, and he did get the KO win. However, Max Holloway is not typically your KO fighter. He's not a guy going there just starching dudes. Now he's got great boxing. He wears you down. He gets the technical finish there with the decision a lot of the times, especially when he puts on a masterclass in boxing. He does have hands. Ilya Taporia, undefeated though. Just not a fan of Ilya Taporia going around talking all the trash he is. He got the title, hasn't defended it, just acting like he's already walked through everybody in the weight class holding the title. Um, I think if you gave him Volkanovski that was healed, it would be a much tougher fight. I think the Volk just jumped in there way too early with that Taporia fight. Should have healed up a little bit from that knockout. I get it. He doesn't like to usually sit around. He wanted a quick return. Thought it was too quick. Um, However, I think we have a weird scenario. I am going to go Max Holloway. I think Ilya Taporia has been too sidetracked over here talking trash to everybody. I don't think he. I think he's looking way past Max Holloway like there's nothing there. I think Max Holloway gets it done, but then we have a conundrum. Does Volk does get a rematch, or not a rematch? He gets a title shot. He was featherweight dominant for years. That's the reason why they let him go up twice to lightweight. Now, if we do a Max Holloway Volkanovski 4 if he wins, and just like say, hey, I know I haven't beat you yet, but I'm on a streak and I'm the champion now, so it's a little different. Or do we let Taporia rematch that? Even though he not dominant, he's not defending yet. Hasn't got any defense wins. It's just weird. The state of the featherweight. Diego Lopez, he's looking good. Maybe we fast track him up to whoever wins this. Um, or even Volkanovski gets the winner, and if it's Taporia, Diego Lopez gets it if it's Holloway, and then the winner of that fights Volkanovski. Again, if Max Holloway just stays on a winning streak, I think we're on track to see Volk Holloway 4, even though it may not be the most exciting pay per view card or idea in a lot of fighters, but hey, Max has definitely deserved this title fight. Him having a BMF in the featherweight would be nice. I then would like to see if Max gets it done automatically. We'll send him up to lightweight. We'll see if we can get all three of those belts. Why not? You know what I mean? I think that's the way we go. We hold it up. We make Volk fight Teoporia 2 before they give him Holloway. I think that's a better avenue in my opinion. Again, $5 on Holloway. We went $5 on Whitaker, $5 on Ige. We went $5 on Aunt Goliath, and then we went $5 on Armian. Again, we went just a couple dollars on the parlay. Even it only be in $2.49, it still would pay out $200 if I win completely on this card, plus whatever I put in. So we may probably get like $250 if we get all 5 fights. If not, hey, it's just all fun. Again, I'm not affiliated with DraftKings officially. Don't use me to go ahead and spend all your money on gambling. Again, this is just entertainment purposes, guys. I'm having fun. I hope you guys have fun watching me win or lose money. Either way, guys, I do appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope that you love the deep dive into these fights, maybe even some of my insights. We're going to do another one of these with Jason later in the week, guys. So if you guys like the combo cast there that we're doing with both of us on Fridays. I think we're going to try another one midweek as well, double those up. I appreciate you guys. Leave some comments down below. It helps with the algorithms. We're still trying to get 50 subscribers. So go ahead, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Go ahead, leave some comments. Let me know if you think I'm going to lose on any of these fights. Why? Who? Which ones? I'd love to see what you have to say. I'd love to argue with you in the comments if that's what you want. Let me know. We'll discuss it. Otherwise, guys, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for helping grow the channel. I'll see you guys next week. Mad Mike out.